What's up, guys? Welcome back to my channel. It's Milana here. One of my press-on nails popped off, so I just glued it back on. I love having my press-on nails. They're the best. So this is part 3 of a series where I'm going to be telling you about things that I experienced while at Dr. Joe retreats, communicating with beings from other dimensions. And people often ask me, like, what do these beings look like? And it's a little bit hard to describe, but they look like, kind of like the Avatar beings from the movie Avatar. They're like blue. I mean, I've seen many different kinds, but like the kind I see most often, they're kind of like blue Avatar beings. Sometimes their whole body looks like it's just made of little stars. Sometimes those stars are like white or gold or blue. I've seen like purple looking ones before that are like short and like interesting looking. Sometimes I also just like sense a presence, and I can't necessarily like see per se like the details of what they look like, but I can like sense their presence and I can almost like sense what they look like. But anyways, I started interacting and like seeing these beings when I started going to Dr. Joe Dispenza retreats. Like the first time it happened to me was at a Dr. Joe Dispenza retreat during meditation. And since then, like, yeah, I've had a ton of interactions with them. I've gone through phases where like I see them all the time everywhere. And then like when I'm not meditating as much, I don't see them as much. But some of you guys have requested that I share with you some of the things that these beings have told me. Because I've had a lot of like deep conversations with them where I ask them like my big questions about life, and it's really helped me a lot to understand like who I am, why we're here, what we're doing here, things like that. And one of the biggest things I've learned from them actually has to do with religion. I wasn't planning on talking about this actually, so here we go. I grew up Mormon. If you're not familiar with the Mormon church, it's very hard to leave the religion because they put a lot of things in place to make it so that you never leave. And I don't really want to get into that in this video because I honestly don't really like talking about religion because it divides people so much. But this is information that I learned from a being that like I felt so much love from, and I was like, wow, this really resonates. This freaking resonates. Anyways, I asked this being, do I need to be Mormon in order to like be saved and go to heaven? And this being said, you can be Mormon if you want, or you don't have to be. I was like, well, if I'm not, am I not going to go to heaven? And it said, no, that's not true at all. Everything is an experience. And you can choose to be Mormon. That's an experience that you will have. There's going to be pros and cons to it. It's going to create a certain experience of your life. You can choose to not be Mormon, and that's going to create a totally different experience in your life. There's going to be pros and cons to that too. Neither one will like get you into heaven. And then I was like, okay, well, like, what do we do when we die then? And it was like, you choose your next adventure. You're an eternal being. And there's infinite dimensions. There's no such thing as time. You literally get to choose where you go next. There's so many places. That was the download too that it gave me. It's like, there's so many places you can choose to go. Like, there's no limitation there. And I was like, okay, interesting. It's like, yeah, you get to choose. This whole thing about like heaven or hell or like degrees of heaven is just BS. It didn't say BS. It just said, you get to choose where you go, girl. And there's a lot of, I mean, it's infinite. And I just kind of kept going back to it with like, okay, well, if I can choose to be Mormon or not Mormon, like, what's going to create a happier life for me? And it literally went back to, you get to choose. You're here to have experiences, and it doesn't matter which experience you have. You're here to choose it. So then that left me with a lot of space and time to wonder and ponder the pros and cons and to think about, like, do I want to be Mormon? Well, if it truly is just a matter of what do I want and what do I genuinely believe in, not what other people say I should believe in or rely on their testimony or faith, but like, what do I genuinely believe in and feel and want? It's to not be Mormon. And I was like, you know what? I can take what I love about the religion and what I admire and keep that in my life. And I can leave the things that I don't resonate with, that I've always been like, I don't know about that. So I get to create my reality. So I get to do that. I'm empowered. And so this happened, I don't know, a few years ago at this point. And I have been so much happier. And this is not a diss to anyone who's religious in any way. I really think it's just about, like, what makes you happy? What makes you feel the most empowered, the most connected to yourself? For me, I feel the most connected to God, connected to Source, connected to the universe when I am spending deep intentional time with myself. And that's through meditation, like through long meditations, from like having like an extended period of time with myself, whether that's just like in the evening, winding down, journaling, going to the beach by myself, like just having alone time and really like being in tune with my own thoughts and feelings and not keeping track of time or having an agenda, but just like being present. That makes me feel more connected to God than going to church ever did. And it feels so aligned. That's a beautiful thing too, is I'm not like doing things to prove I'm worthy of connection to God or God's blessings or God's approval. It's like, no, I know that I am worthy in every moment. And I am an expression of God. I'm a piece of God experiencing itself through itself. And this is the reality I choose to have. I'm choosing my path. And I love it. So, yeah, that was one of the more life-changing conversations with the beings that I've had. But I have had other ones too that have been so beautiful. Like, I remember one, I could see that I was in this realm where like everything was made of stars, basically. Like our bodies were made of stars, like there were like waterfalls and rivers and mountains and like other people and stuff, and it was all just made up of these tiny little stars. And I was like, I saw this like big vortex basically, and I could see like little souls from this planet where I was, like jumping and going in and then instantly like coming back out. And in that moment, like time was completely different. So their soul had already gone to Earth, lived a full long life, and then come back. And they kept saying like, oh, gotta go again, I forgot. And then they kept going back. And there was this lady, she was kind of like, I don't know, maybe like a godmother or mentor or someone, but I sensed so much love from her. And she looked at me and she said, Milana, we're really having a hard time sending you there because you're so pure, and it's not like it is here down there. And we just love you so much. And then she was like shaking me and she was like, remember when you're down there, remember why you're there. Okay? And then she was showing me all these souls that keep coming and going. And she's like, remember when you're there, why you're there. So, y'all, I hope I am remembering. And, you know, at this point, I think we have different purposes at different phases of our life. But, like, for me right now, I feel like my purpose is to enjoy life. I think I'm very blessed and have created like, I have the life I used to pray for. I have the life I used to manifest and envision. Like, I can see the ocean from my bed. That is what I used to envision every day. A lot of beautiful other things too, but that's just like one that's so specific. So I think I'm here to enjoy life, to love life, to experience life, to love having a body, to love giving people hugs, to cuddle my dog, to enjoy the sunlight on my skin, I'm here to experience the physical realm while also reconnecting with my spiritual connection and an intuition and connection to God and source. I think I'm here to expand as a soul and to learn and to grow. And I think I'm here to have challenges and to overcome them and learn lessons in my overcoming. I think I'm here to be a source of love and peace for other people. I think that's a huge part of my purpose, is to literally be a presence of love and peace for others. I think I'm here to raise Earth's consciousness in whatever ways I can, with whatever gifts I have. I think I'm here to raise Earth's consciousness. I keep seeing that and getting that I literally have this vision of like the Earth and like me helping raise the vibration. And I see like a color, almost like a purple auric field, like raising from the earth, and like just seeing everyone like lift, if that makes any sense. And so I'm trying to do that through my videos and through the things I create, like with my membership and with my investing course. Like, everything that I create is to raise Earth's consciousness. So that being said, please subscribe to my channel. I actually just launched an investing course like 2 months ago, and I'm getting so many messages from you guys saying that you're already making thousands of dollars. Like, so congratulations to everyone who's making thousands of dollars. Like, I just got a message the other day of someone who made $7 grand just in a few weeks. That's so awesome. I'm so happy for you. I made almost 14 grand in the last month from my investment account of literally doing nothing. And I teach it all. I teach you exactly how to do that in the investing course. And there's a 90% off spring sale that's ending very, very soon. The spring sale has already been extended, so it's gonna go back up to the original price of $9.97, but you can currently grab it for only $97. So join the thousands of people that are making passive income to fund their dream life. And I love you so much. And let me know in the comments what other type of content you want to see, because I'm here to lift you up. I love you.